Hey, what's up? Befallen Tragedy here, and today I have two guests with me. Guests, who are you?
My name is Yelling at Cats. I'm the pseudo leader of Colt, and I'm a musician.
I'm Aerotem. I am the video editor of Colt, and I'm a videographer and photographer.
All right, so yeah, even this interview was mainly supposed to focus on cats, but he brought Adam here, and so he's also going to be answering some of the questions throughout the interview. Now, first off, we're going to get through the humdrum part of the interview, basic questions. So, cats, we're going to ask this again. I'm sorry. We had this recorded all last night, but we had to scrap it because my recorder derped and it didn't record everything. So, where did you get your name from, Cats?
I got my name randomly, to be honest. The reason why I chose the name Yelling at Cats was because it's memorable. It's nonsensical. So when you hear the name, you usually tend to remember it because, it's kind of like the living tombstone. The reason why so many people like that name is because it's memorable.
And,
I didn't want to be, I didn't want to be a faggot and choose a gay name like MC Twilight, MC Fluttershy.
What's bad about MC Fluttershy?
Fuck you, Adam.
I think, and what is it? My name is Twilight Sparkle. You actually talk about the name MC Twilight.
Yes, because that was a gag name I had when I first started.
Classic.
My original plan was to make, like, very, very shitty raps intentionally with that name. But, I kind of moved away from, that, making more serious raps. Even though, yeah, Pony Venom seriousness doesn't really compute.
Yeah. So, Adam, where did you get your name from, Aerotem?
Honestly, I don't know. I came up with it a long time ago. I just needed a new name. I kind of went off from like a Linkin Park album, to be honest. Like spelt it backwards, rearranged some of the letters, and then just stuck with the name.
All right.
It's like not much. Fucking Linkin Park.
Now, because I think this question has to be asked in every interview ever. Favorite pony, both of you?
Twist.
Of course.
I'm just joking. Wanted to turn off my fan, so I said twist. Twist the back. My favorite pony, that's obvious. Twilight and Pinkie Pie.
I agree with one, but not the other, so.
And Fluttershy, to be honest. I like all of them.
My favorite pony mainly has to be Fluttershy, I guess.
Oh, and you and every neckbeard on MLP.
Alright, I have to ask, because I didn't ask this before, Lunar Republic or Solar Empire?
Don't care.
Alright, thank you.
Choosing for faggots.
What about favorite princess, then?
Luna. Luna all the way.
Oh, traitors.
But Luna... Funny because you think I'm joking. I'm just joking. In all honesty, I'd have to say I like them both. I don't really like picking favorites in terms of princesses. I mean, I don't know. There's not much revealed about either to favor the other. It's just a lot of headcanon, in my opinion. So it's up to the individual, and I just like them both.
Cats, how did you get started in brony music?
I got started, well, I first started in the fandom. By that, I mean being in the fandom back in December 2010 on a co-thread. And ever since then, come 2011, I see chain algorithm surface up, Eurobeat surface up, and that's where the first essence of pony music came in. So after that, I saw the infamous Swagberg video come up along with the Vest Flash's ass. It was just astounding to see all this music just pop up fucking randomly. Nobody could. I couldn't explain it. I didn't know where the hell it was coming from until I did a lot of research, and then that's around the time where the name started getting more well known. The Living Tombstone, Wooden Toaster, also known as Glaze at that time. Microphone, you name it, they were surfacing up. And around September is when Killing Song September was released, ironically. And I believe September through November, I can't really remember the exact date, I'd have to check the YouTube video, was when the Beyond Your Tomb song and rap was out. So, I witnessed a lot of music history in this fandom firsthand, and I'm proud to say that, but it's also kind of bad because that meant influence. And like it or not, what people say, the music that you listen to influences you in some way, whether good or bad. Look at Adam, we listened to fucking Linkin Park, and look how much of a faggot he turned out to be.
Funny.
So, did you dabble in music before you did anything in the Brony community?
Well, I mean, yeah. I wouldn't call music composition. I wasn't compositioning music. I was just fucking around on instruments. I started with guitar and piano, then violin, and then I moved to slam poetry. And somewhere around, September 24th through the 26th, it was either one or two of those. It was either a date. I happened to get a new microphone, which is this one right here, the AT 2020.
Because everyone can see it.
And I recorded My Name is Twilight Sparkle, and that's pretty much what set it off. I mean, it blew up randomly, and I didn't expect that. So I just figured, you know what? Why don't you roll with it? And so I did. And I just kept making music and trying to improve. And then I found out I'm in love with rap. I love doing it, and I love making it. And I started to collab with, all these artists, the Living Tombstone, Denotive, Aviators. And I'm even going to be doing a collab with Blaze soon. So it's pretty new to me.
I didn't know you collab with Denotive. What's that song?
It's called Don't Force It.
Yeah, I haven't. Amazing, a song of yours I haven't heard. Anyways,
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, you're gonna say something.
I was gonna say that there's another song called Never Back Down, which me and Aviators and Denotive collabed on.
That is actually the first track I ever heard you on, because I was a big Aviators fan, and I downloaded that, listened to it, I'm like, man, this guy who raps is really good, and I looked you up, and I just started downloading your shit, just prolific.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm that good, because in all honesty, coming from a professional standpoint, I'm not. But it was to say, maybe with practice and a year, two, maybe even a couple months, I might get better. So,
I think that if you listen to your stuff, like from My Name is Twilight Sparkle to your recent song What Went Wrong, you can definitely hear an improvement. A lot of improvement.
The improvement is uncanny. Gunn usually tells me sometimes, he's a fellow Colt member, he tells me it really shocks him to see how much I improved over the last 3 months, let alone 1 year. Mm-hmm. And, he said he never really seen anything like that, which, flattering as that may be, I won't let that get to my ego, because there's still a lot to be improved. But hopefully with the next couple of songs I plan to release, it'll be a game changer, not only for the fandom kind of rap, but hopefully it'll set off something for my normal career in music.
Alright, so your group, Colt, let's talk about that.
Alright. What do you want to know?
Well, let's, how many members are there? Because I remember the first video you put out. I think there were only 4. The Colt special on your channel.
Well, there's about 6 members now, which is, I'm talking in terms of musical artists. There's also members such as like Adam, who do not music, but they do videos and photography and stuff like that. So we got a lot of non-musical members in Colt that help with like not only production but just other menial tasks. Like we plan to have a website up soon, but there is me. I be a brony rapper.
Mm-hmm.
My cutie mark is a gun. Automatic Jack. Sickness. And Rhyme Flow. There used to be Fanning on the original video, but he decided to take his leave.
Mm-hmm. It's
so
sad to see him go.
With Rhyme Flow. It's sad, but can't really inhibit that thing.
Yeah. So to get this straight, you're not going to do a lot of brony music for Colt. It's mainly non-brony music, right?
I burped. Well, that's actually an interesting question because, in all honesty, that's merely up for speculation. I mean, the whole term pony music I never really agreed with. I agree with songs that do involve references to the show or ponies, but not specifically its own genre or merit of music. I would have to say that we're working on an album called The Illuminati, which centers around fallacious content in the fandom and just general fuckery and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're having a lot of fun with the album, obviously. Like I'm working on a song for it right now that hopefully will promo the album, get it name out and shit. But I mean, the thing about it is, and I hope I don't come off as a dick when I say this, the way I view the fandom is kind of like a sandbox for music. It's something that we can test what we do and improve upon what we do and prepare ourselves for the literal world of music. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. It'll be blatantly obvious that, like, I'm a fan of the show, and everyone who is in the fandom will know that, even when I pursue a career outside of the fandom. But in all general honesty, if I want to make a living off of music, this fandom would not be the right place, at least for long, primarily due to the fact that the audience is very minimal, and the fact that, as stupid as it sounds, I'd have a better chance off in the real world. That doesn't mean I won't stop making, like, fan music for the show. In fact, no, that'll encourage it.
Mm-hmm.
Colt is primarily a dog pony group. However, that doesn't mean that we won't make pony music from time to time. Or even, like, work on a pony album, which that's going to be our first album.
All right. Can we get like a date or a guesstimate on when it's going to be out?
Sometime before Las Pegasus, hopefully, which is in February 22nd.
So let's get to the elephant in the room, I guess you could call it. Recently, you've been surrounded by a hell of a lot of controversy. Let's not sugarcoat it. Ranging, yeah. And the most recent one was because of your song, What Went Wrong. Now, in the last episode of Fanatic Fandom, I gave a brief synopsis of the song, but I think you could do it more justice.
The song is in Derpy's point of view about the alienation that she felt from the community when she was, quote-unquote, cut from the show. And by cut from the show, I mean altered.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people get a little bit twisted on that subject. What I really, really don't understand is 3 things that I probably will never receive clarification for. I can only speculate on. 1, they assume I'm angry, which I'm not. You know, I mean, like, there's no real reason for me to be angry. I'm a little, I'm a little miffed at the idea that, like, that had to happen, but definitely not angry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the anger didn't inspire the song. I just did it to do it. Two, they say it's transphobic and I have death threats when, rap lyrics do not equal lyrical intention.
Mm.
And three, why do people have to take it so seriously? So let's break it down. Throughout the song, Derpy talks about how her mood fluctuates from being passive aggressive to where she talks about she fluctuates from being sorry for herself, sorry for others, to hating others, then back to that and questioning her own morale. Then she calls out the person who basically started the controversy, which is Yumino. Some people say Yumino did not do this. However, I strongly believe against that because, frankly, I remember Yumino sending an email to Tabitha saying how Derpy was offensive.
Right, now, sorry, go ahead.
And she even had the audacity to claim, to take credit for having Derpy's eyes and voice changed. So that was something that really raised my ire. Not to mention the whole Adventure Time stuff that she got herself into, where she got a writer fired from Adventure Time for supposed shipping. And ironically, she used the same personal army and fan base against the writer that she used against me. So,
oh, I guess you can't control the hypocrisy among the population, can you?
Wish I could, but you know better than the people trying to control the fandom or any other element of the show.
So, all these people complaining about your song, they only focus on this one song, but I don't think they've taken. I don't think they've taken the time to listen to all your other songs. I mean, there's stuff like Magic Kindergarten or Nightmare, which have much more violent lyrics than What Went Wrong does. But for some reason, they're just focusing on what went wrong. How do you feel about that?
They're focusing on what went wrong because apparently I'm transphobic for saying a slur, tranny, which I'll admit wasn't in the best light. But come to think of it, I'm not trying to sound like a dick when I say that, but I don't regret it because it's freedom of speech. And one big misconception is that they're thinking I refer to all transgendered people, which I'm not. And in fact, a fun fact, Lavender Harmony, she mixed and mastered the track, and she is transgender. And bless her soul, I don't care. I mean, she's awesome, and I respect her decision. And she's an awesome friend, and that's all that matters to me. I mean, I don't hate any transgender people. I hate people who hide under the gauze of transgenderism. Use it as a victimization defense.
Yeah.
Think of it like someone who's in a political argument with someone. And as a straw man argument, they pull out, well, you only hate my argument because I'm gay. You can't use sexuality or sexual preference to defend yourself.
No.
And the fact that people use that really, it really makes me angry. And I mean literal angry. Because it's just so unfair that they have to stoop to that, I mean, and here's a fun fact. If Yumino would have just, been straight up with me and messaged me either on YouTube, Twitter, or whatever, I know she has a Twitter. Mm-hmm. If she would have taken the time to message me and say, look, I'm offended by your song. Can you please take it down? You know what I would have done? I would have taken it down. I would have edited it too. I only do that kind of stuff if people are straight up and honest with me, though. She didn't. She made a Tumblr post which got about 1,000 notes, calling her personal army and linking to a petition to ban me from all accounts. And she chose that path, and I'm gonna choose mine. So. There was a time I could have fixed it, But I'm not going to ruin it for my fans. I'm not going to ruin it for my subscribers. They can keep the video, and I'm not going to take it down. So people can hate on me if they want. They can form their little crusades about me. It doesn't really change what I do.
So the petition to get you banned from all cons, we talked about this yesterday. Apparently there's a funny story behind that, where instead of having its effect, it actually had the opposite effect.
Yeah, in fact, I was invited to a lot of cons purely due to the controversy. You know, the thing that most people don't understand is, you know, controversy is what really builds a career. Look at Tyler, the Creator. Look at Hobson. Look at Eminem as a prime example. The more controversy you have in your content, there's no such thing as bad publicity. And so what they should have done is they should have just paid it no mind, or they should have just left a dislike or something. But instead, they decided to get all riled up. They decided to form a personal crusade against me. And that resulted in more advertisement and, ironically, more followers on Twitter, Facebook, and more subscribers on my channel. So that ultimately led to me having my best performance at Camelot Gardens and getting invited to Las Pegasus and, you know, probably going to BronyCon. So.
And I believe you told me yesterday that now you are you now have the most followers out of any Brony musician on Twitter?
On Twitter? Yes.
Nice. Well, I guess you're right. There is no such thing as bad publicity.
Well, technically there is, but, you know, publicity never really fares wrong in terms of, like, acknowledgement of an artist. There is such thing as bad publicity where everyone sees you as a dick, but, you know, the way I see it is the 1,000, 2,000 people who signed that petition, they aren't my fans, so I shouldn't care about them. You know, I only care about my fans and the content that they receive. So if people hate me, let them hate me. Can't win everyone.
Now, you talked about Yamino calling her personal army on you. Can we talk about the other person who called their personal army on you? Purple Tinker?
You know, that's really a fringy subject for me, considering I don't really like talking about Purple Tinker, but I guess I can. You know, I originally started, like, I immediately just trolled Purple Tinker because she was easy to react to, and she had a lot of controversy surrounding her. And, you know, then I learned about what she did, even though she denies it vehemently. Everybody knows she did it. You know.
Yeah.
The same thing applies to her. Like, she formed this vendetta against me. She endorsed that petition just because I'm, quote, transphobic, homophobic, blah, blah, blah. And so, you know, I don't really have respect for those kind of people, because using some other people who follow you because they look up to you for your own personal gain or for what you want to happen is never good. You know, take me, for example. Like, I don't tell my fans to buy my albums. I don't tell them to buy my music. I usually, like, either I release a song free or I release it up on Bandcamp for like $1 and I'll give an optional for like a free download. I don't tell them to do anything. They do whatever they want. And you know what? More power to them. That's their choice. I don't expect them to follow me in a crusade. I don't expect them to defend me if something goes wrong. You know, because I can handle it myself. So that's why I honestly have a problem with Purple Tinker and Yamino, because they don't respect that. They don't follow the same kind of morale. And wouldn't you agree with it? I mean, using people who look up to you as like your own army to like persecute people you don't like, that's just not right. I have never once did that, you know? Not even when I had beef with Mike. So
they are the true politicians of the community. So
yeah, I mean, like I said, even when I had beef with Mike, I don't have beef with him anymore. He's a really cool guy. I never asked them once, hey, post on his channel, dislike his videos. I never said that. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I did do some stupid shit, but I did nothing of that caliber.
I think we all can
And,
admit to doing stupid shit in our life, so, it's fine.
Yeah, and, I'm making up for that kind of stupid shit because I owe it to myself and to my following. And I'm doing that because I want to, not to make a better image of myself. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's all I really have to say on the matter of, Purple Tinker and Yumino. I mean, right. I don't really like them. Other people do, and I guess that's the way it's going to be. So,
talking about using saying things and not really meaning them. There are a couple times in this interview you've already said the words. You already said the word like faggot a couple times. Then I'm gay, but I don't feel offended because I know you're using it in a joking fashion. I'm fine with it.
That's what I.
Yeah. So. But
that's what I like about you.
People just don't seem to get that a lot of the stuff you say in your songs is just that. It's not serious. It's joking. And even in the descriptions of some songs, like you'll say stuff about Mike the Mike or Lols, and in the descriptions you'll say, hey, or at the end of the song you go, hey, I don't have any problem with these guys. They're awesome. But people still just don't get it.
People just take words like way too seriously. They don't understand that some people aren't meaning like in a hateful tone. They're just screwing around. They're not meant to be offensive.
Like take for example the Colt intro that I did that's promoting the group Colt, and it's, if I can check for a second, it's got approximately, wow, it's got like 10,000 views or so, and it's really blowing up, really advertised the group far more than I imagined. Like, I got a lot of, you'll not believe how many messages per day I get. Hey, can I join Colt? What is Colt about and stuff? But, it served its purpose for advertisement. But one thing that really baffles me is that they completely mistaken one of the lyrics I said in the song, which, your flow just sucks and you sound like Mike. And a lot of people said, I was bashing Mike when I said that, and what I meant by that was, I literally, when you read or hear that line, I want to ask you and be honest. What do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I know from previous songs, I know that you have no beef with Mike, and frankly, I just know rappers diss each other. Rappers diss people. Yeah. That's how it goes.
But the thing was, it wasn't a diss, and I specified that in the description. Literally, people do not read the description. I literally say, and no, I'm not dissing Mike. I swear to God, if you think I'm hating or dissing Mike, I will shit all over you.
But I got that it was a joke. I got it. You didn't mean it. But
yeah, and what the lyric, and a little known fact, unfortunately, the line literally means, and your flow just sucks, and you're trying to sound like your Mike.
Ah.
This is what I mean. Like, I see so many rappers in this fandom trying to copy, like, Mike, Lols, or whatever, and trying to get that same sound, rather than be themselves. And that's what I'm saying, And so, like, I mean, this fandom has a really big history of jumping on the bandwagon and not really thinking things through, so it's like, it's whatever.
I want to deviate here for a second. Yesterday we got off on a tangent about the community's quote unquote motto, love and tolerate, and I really thought your feelings on it were very interesting. Would you care to share them again?
My feelings on love and tolerate are the same as feelings of any MOP user on 4chan. I don't believe in it as a value of the fandom. I don't believe in it as a creed. It was never specified once in the show. In fact, the Gilda episode, they don't tolerate her because Gilda's a dick. They kick her right the fuck out because she couldn't change.
Same with the Trixie episode, really.
Exactly. So, like, I don't believe people should fall under the guise of using a defense, like they use it as a completely erroneous tactic to, like, defend off trolls or to, like, try to win an argument. They go, oh, love and tolerate, bro. I mean, what most people don't understand is that that phrase originated from Co and B on 4chan to basically troll pony threads. And, you know, some picked it up and they literally used it as a creed. And that's how PonyChan was formed after, you know, ponies were banned from 4chan and everyone got banned except me because I never really posted in those threads. I just lurked them. And then PonyChan popped up and it's the biggest hug box and slum of, you know, all bad things in the fandom, you know? So, in all honesty, I believe love and tolerate. I believe that you should love and tolerate as a human because you're a good human, not because it'll make you look good in a fandom for pastel-colored equines. I think you should just do it because it's a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm. And even if, you know, even if they're trying to follow this just for the fandom, you said yesterday that there's a lot of hypocrisy surrounding the statement as well.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of hypocrisies because, like, for example, in the What Went Wrong song, you know, people said, "You're not love and tolerating cats," and then they proceeded to dislike the video, try to post my personal information, and, you know, call me a faggot. You know, they try to rip on my rapping like that hasn't been done before. And they just were, in general, being very rude about the whole situation, so that's what I find very hypocritical. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like, you know, maybe they were offended and they let their emotions get the better of them on the song. Maybe they weren't being rational. But frankly, I find it kind of disgusting that people fall under that guise and they can't even follow through with it, you know? It seems like it's more of a selective term rather than a universal retroactive term, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I can see why people would take it up as a model in the sense that the world today isn't very loving and tolerating, especially in the times we live in. But instead of trying to actually spread that message, they're just centralizing it around the fandom, and really they get on other people when they use it.
Yeah, it's pretty much the way it is, and as unfortunate as to say, I just got to deal with it.
So back on topic. On your Tumblr, you recently posted a public apology of sorts, and you said you were going to release an edited version of What Went Wrong, which would cut out the Yamino portion. Do you have anything to say about
that? Let me just get real close when I say this.
Getting NPR.
Yeah. What I do have to say about that, it was an apology for using a tranny. That's all it was. I do not apologize for, you know, being angry at Yamino. I don't apologize for the quote-unquote death threats, which people seem to exaggerate, especially in a song. You know, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for using the quote-unquote transphobic slur. Mm-hmm. However, people really believe that as a half-assed apology. Just because I clarified, that didn't change my feelings on Yamino. I still think that Yamino is a bad person for what she did. I still do not like her. And I don't think I ever will like her, you know? Mm-hmm. That's just me. And I'm not going to put up a face saying, "Oh, I have no problems with Yamino now. Everything's okay." Everything's okay because I'm apologizing. I'm not going to, you know, sacrifice my morale. I'm not going to sacrifice what I believe in and how I feel just to save some face for people who aren't my fans or people who always hate me regardless of what I do. Mm-hmm. So I don't really care if people got mad at that post. I just wanted to say what I said. As for the edited version of the song, you know, as days keep going on and people keep sending me messages, and I mean direct messages. And in fact, I'll read you one right now.
All right.
Okay. I'm not going to say the name, but you know who you are. You are the biggest faggot in existence. I can't believe you would spit a transphobic slur and death threats over a song. How mad do you have to be to make a song about a cartoon pony? Let alone hate on someone wishing them death. And they capitalize death when they say that, conveniently. Music fucking sucks and Nicki Minaj is better than rapping at you. You know, if you know, believe it or not, I get messages like that every day. They don't bother me anymore. It's just, you know, that makes me actually rethink the possibility of censoring the song. Because when I honestly think of it, do they even deserve a censored version of the song?
At this point, I mean, personally, I don't think so, because they could ask nicely. They're like, hey, you know, this offends me. Can you please change it? But instead, they're just they're spouting more hate about it, and they're just adding to the fire.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm really on the fence right now. I'm not even sure if I'll even do a censored version of the song, because the more I think about it, the more it conflicts with how I feel, and the more I see of these people who want me to give a censored version of the song, the more I don't even want to appeal to that audience. Mm-hmm. So that's really all I got to comment about that post.
And even about the edited part, you were even talking about yesterday. You were planning on adding a verse to it during the instrumental portion of the song.
That was actually even before, like, that was before the idea of censoring it. I was originally going to do that and release it for free on Bandcamp as a thank you for Candlelight Gardens and for the support that they've given me for that track. Mm-hmm. But I'm probably going to end up doing that anyways. I don't personally mind.
All right.
Would you like a preview?
Sure, you know.
All right.
Say no to this.
Sometimes guys feel like shit. I want to punch out of my life and quit. I try to be funny, but that doesn't hit. I try to speak out like, yeah, it's spit. I gave you gifts, now the hand is bit. I gave you my heart got ripped. I've been holding the knife so long to my wrist, but suicide's something I can't commit. And I can't admit that I want to fit in, but those silly thoughts never set out well. Try to be strong for those who lay around me, even though I know that my life is hell. I am a klutz and I do act silly. Yes, I even jumped and shocked myself, but no matter all this, I would never try to push it all away from me and on someone else. Please just love me and don't just hate me. All I want to be is derpy, please. Hell, I even changed the way that I talk so most of my fans don't see me leave. I want to be me. I just did see none of the pony forgotten, no. This is my life and this is my story, and I don't want to pack my bags and go. This is all that I know in a little kid show. Just pray for me to keep moving on. It may linger a little while, but I promise it won't ever linger long. And if I get cut, there's nothing I can do but sit here and sing my lonely song, stuck on repeat with a dumb fake smile, asking myself where did it all go wrong.
Love it. Can't wait to hear it in the full song.
All right.
So during this whole shitstorm, there have been a lot of personal attacks against you. I mean, the whole thing's been really personal, but personal to the point of people posting people posting your personal information and even harassing your girlfriend to extremes.
Well, the thing is, you know, a lot of people act really high and mighty about, like, getting my information, but the fact is they just picked it up probably either from the white pages, Yellow Book, or they either got it from my Encyclopedia Dramatica article. And, you know, it's not like I was hiding that information before. I've made no attempts to even edit that article, you know, because whatever. If I ever get famous, that information is going to get leaked anyways.
True.
So, I mean, I really don't appreciate how they're carrying themselves out, especially as a vendetta that is supposed to incorporate love and tolerance and to support and to not elicit hate in the community. But they're becoming exactly what they're labeling me. They're becoming assholes. So, like, it's whatever. But I really don't appreciate how they're dragging kind of into this. I mean, she's just an artist. She does what she needs to do. And yet they drag her in simply due to the fact that, you know, she makes some not safe for work art sometimes. And that's on her. You know, let her do what she needs to do. Because I don't see any of you begging on any other younger artists like Tsunami, you know, saying that they're bad because they make not safe for work art too. So, you know, it just seems like an appeal to ignorance, an appeal to popularity. So what that basically means is that they're only doing it because it's me. And that's really, really stupid. And I wish they wouldn't. I genuinely do. Mm-hmm. I would do anything to get them to stop. But the more that I think of it, shitty people are just going to keep being shitty people. So if they want to really stoop down that low, let them.
Now, for a final thing, let's assume the whole of the Brony community hears this, every corner of the earth, and somehow they can all miraculously understand it, even if they don't speak a lick of English. What would you say to them?
All the bronies in the world can somehow speak English?
Yes, and they're hearing this. What do you have to say to them?
You know, there's a lot of cheesy things I could say. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what went wrong. But in all honesty, if I were to send one message to every single brony, and they could understand me, I would tell them to never give up on who they are. Don't compromise someone else because you don't like them. I would tell them that nobody can change them except themselves, and that they should follow their aspirations, follow their dreams, follow their heart. And I think that they should focus more on what they want to do rather than what others want them to do. Mm-hmm. You know, I hear so many people message me on Skype or call me on Skype or message me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, anywhere. And I keep hearing the same thing. I love your raps. You inspire me to rap, but I don't know where to begin. I don't have the voice for it. I can't rap. And that really irks me. And what I want to say to you people is that you do have the power and talent to rap. If you don't believe me, look at my first rap in the goddamn fandom. My name is Twilight Sparkle. You know, look at all that stuff. Mm-hmm. The reason why I'm only as good as I am now, and that isn't really saying much because I'm still learning, is because I took time to practice and I dedicated myself to it. Not because it was pony. I dedicated myself to rapping and understanding it, and I listened to it, and I breathed it, and I lived it, and I still do live it. You know, for any genre you try to practice, you have to really immerse yourself in it in order to understand it. Mm-hmm. So the message I would...
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Were you going to do this?
Right. I guess the last message I want to say to you, all of you, if anyone hears this, is that you yourself are a beautiful human being. You are what you are. Don't ever try to change that. And you are capable of amazing things. You are capable of doing whatever you wish. But remember, everything comes with a price. And oftentimes the price is not very minuscule. So learn from my mistakes. Try not to do the same stupid shit I did. And just show your individuality. Be yourself in whatever you do, whether it's art, music, voice acting, podcasting, whatever you do. You know, especially if you're going into music, be yourself and don't try to copy anyone. Don't try to be like anyone. The only reason I'm starting to get popular is because I'm being myself. At any time I could have rapped like Michael Walls, like they did all these sing-songy happy pony songs, but I chose to take a different path because it hasn't really been done before, and people are too afraid to do it. So that's why you need to do something different. Don't even try to copy me. Don't be like me. I don't want you to be like me. I did a lot of stupid shit. But that stupid shit also benefited me.
It's a very good message.
Thank you.
I think everybody should take that to heart. And right now, I wish everybody could hear this, because I think everybody needs to hear that part right there. They can ignore the rest of the interview, just hear that part right there. But, just, do you guys have any final thoughts, Adam, Cats?
I'll let Adam go first.
Not really. Just check out my YouTube if you like my videos. Subscribe. Every subscriber helps out, really.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing, too. I mean, Adam's a really good, he's a really good photographer and editor, and he makes funny as fuck Let's Plays on YouTube. So I really recommend subscribing to him, too. So I'd like to earn my I don't like self-promoting myself in an interview, however. I let other people do that. They can subscribe to me if they want when I release a new song. So
the link to Cat's channel is in the description. Even if you're here to like spam the comments with a bunch of hate on Cats, I urge you, go to his channel and just listen to all his songs. Don't hear them, don't just play them, listen. Then you can form a real opinion. And of course, we'll also link to Adam's channel and stuff, and
yay!
And we'll have the link to the newest Fanatic Fandom, which this is paired with. But I thank you both for coming on. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule.
Hi.
And so, we'll see you later, guys.
All right, man.
See you.
All right.